out by one of the comedians on the ride back. And he's like, I don't know who you think you are. You think you're so damn cocky. You're from America. You come up here. You try to take over our shows. I'm like, dude, like, what's your problem? He's just like, you know, kicks me out like where I was supposed to go, where he picked me up at. And he's like, maybe you'll find out that Canadians aren't so nice. I'm like, oh yeah, you gave me a ride back. Japan, I really feel bad about Japan and everything, you know, like what happened there. But in other news, they found Godzilla in China. Then it snowed. After everything, then it snowed. Well, I mean, you would think that it would help cool down, you know, the exposed nuclear reactor. No, like, I obviously didn't have cable at the time, so I'm just kind of reading on my phone, and I'm looking, and they're like, this is the worst disaster since 3 Mile Island, right in the beginning. I'm like, that wasn't even a disaster. That really didn't do anything. It was just, I don't know, wasn't that just a warning? Am I wrong? Is everybody else here a history buff? And they're like, how stupid is he? I didn't think so. I saw 3 Mile Island once and I was like, oh, that's that place that everybody says was going to blow up and didn't. But it only would have taken out the Alabama part of Pennsylvania. I guess we really wouldn't have had to have worried about it very much. Jack Daniels, everybody. This is one of my favorites. Any whiskey fans? People like whiskey? No. It's what I picture Lou Scally throwing through a sliding glass door. No, I love brown liquor. I mean, people are like, you know, oh, that makes me get pissed. I'm like, really? Like, it keeps me awake. No, I can go through a lot of liquor, you know, like, you know, obviously being a comedian, you probably have pretty much nothing to do. And so, you know, I write a lot, you know, so I'll kind of sit at a computer and, you know, get drunk and not actually accomplish anything. So, but I did write. In my eyes, I can justify anything. I'm not wrong. That's a good way to go through life, never admitting your faults. Because people will get so used to just like, you know, they're not going to convince you of anything that they just start agreeing with you. Then you can go through life living a complete lie. It's great. No, that's not actually me, really. I just know people like that. That makes me right. Even though it's a lie, I'm right. But I was working at doing some open mics and stuff, and you know, actually performing at the open mics. And since I'm like been emceeing this one, I actually enjoy being the MC more because I don't have to deal with like the other comedians because I hate comedians. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, I'm like, oh God. You think you're funny, don't you? Think you can just stand up in front of people and make them laugh. You're so great. The world can't go on without you. Like, yeah, that's right. Because I'm never wrong. So if I'm thinking that in the mirror, then I must be right. No, but I go to you know, the open mics, and there's this guy, you know, comedians will sit in the back and they'll discuss their material and be like, tell me if this is funny, and they'll go through this bit. I'm like, aren't I gonna see this in like 10 minutes whenever you actually do it? And so I would fare well, you know, I would go through, you know, do the shows and everything, and nobody really knew what I did or, you know, why I was there, where I was from, because I just kind of kept to myself. And since those relationships had no significant importance to me, I just thought, what would Tom Hanks do? And so, one time whenever it built up a lot, you know, just like I look over to the bartender, like, bartender, what's the pull up in me now? What is it? 4, 5 beers? I'm a tire changer. I mainly balance and rotate wheels. Worked at Thomas and Ed's, this little town called Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Mowed the grass there in the springtime. And where I'm from, when people ask me what it is I do, and I tell them, they're like, well, that figures. But up here, it's just a big mystery. So I guess I changed some. Sometimes I change so much that the whore that's in my bed, whenever I get home to her, won't even know I did a show tonight. And how I'll ever be able to tell her like days like today. You guys want to go off? Sit in the back of the club, tell jokes? Fine. I'll even laugh with you. One thing I know is the more jokes I tell down here, the farther away from the stage I feel. Tom Hanks, everybody. Even though it doesn't sound like it at all. I don't care. I was right. Just slide right through life, people. But I'm gonna wrap this up. But I've had a few interesting days here of late. Was working for a contractor, and he was telling me about how you go about being a contractor, and the world is really better off that I did not find that out before I found stand-up comedy. Because I would just have a whole line of people being like, and one day, he just didn't show up. Thanks, everybody.